And that is the number one thing that folks forget about all the time when trying to do keto or lose weight on a road trip. Well, hey friends, if you're new here, my name is Shelly. I'm a registered dietitian specializing in weight loss using the keto, low carb, and anti-inflammatory lifestyle. It is a lifestyle I personally follow. After I could not get the last 15 pounds of my baby weight off, I turned to keto, haven't looked back since. It is something that I bring into my clinic to help educate hundreds and hundreds of women. And if that's something you're interested in, I give tips and strategies on this channel to follow the keto, low carb, and anti-inflammatory lifestyle. You are gonna wanna subscribe. Well, it's a road trip time, friends, and we are taking a road trip to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, and I'm gonna use this time to share with you how we can stay keto on a road trip. You know, so many of us do so well on our diet plans, and then all of a sudden we go out of town for one weekend, whether it be with our family or whether it be a girls trip, and it all just kind of goes in the toilet, and we kind of have to flush those tears away whenever folks come back into my clinic. But I'm here to tell you it is super duper easy to follow a keto plan when you are traveling, as long as you are very specific and do a little bit of research. So come on, let's get started. The first thing we need to do when we're going on a road trip is figure out, where are we going? Are we staying in a condo? Are we staying in a hotel? Most folks for a road trip pick a condo, pick a campsite. So from there, what you want to do is dig and see what the amenities are. Is there a slow cooker on the grounds? Is there a grill? And that is how you can plan your meals, which brings me to tip 2, and that is planning your meals. So for our road trip, we're heading to Broken Bow. We're staying in a cabin, and so meals are really easy. Now, whether you're doing a cabin or whether you're doing a condo, typically breakfast is going to be one of your easiest meals to plan because most folks are taking showers in the morning. Breakfast is very uninsulting. So what I mean by that is no one's really going to get their feelings hurt if you don't eat their breakfast because people are getting ready. So this is where you can really strategize and do something like your eggs, your sausage, make an omelet. That's a hot breakfast. It uses one pan, so you're not dirtying a lot of equipment. Now, if you're in a hotel for your road trip or your girls' night, girls weekend away, what you can do is maybe look at bringing something, the Simply Fuel granola cereal, the Julian's Bakery Pro granola with you so that you could have a really good hearty breakfast. Now, if you're intermittent fasting, then yes, you are gonna fast that breakfast. Coming to lunch. Now, lunch is when we're out and about, we're on the town, we're exploring, we're usually having lots of fun. Now, lunch is typically the meal that if we're at a beach, we're on the beach. If we're at a campsite, we're on the campsite. That means we usually can do something that we bring along. So for the beach, if that's your getaway, and for the campground, for both of them, this is where you take advantage of your grill. This is where you bring things like your burger, like your sausages. You know, you can even cut up onions and peppers and put them on the grill. You can bring mushrooms and throw them on the grill. Your focus always for your lunch meal is your meat and your vegetable. And if we can double vegetables, that's fantastic. Now, if you're exploring out and about on the town, what you can do is look for almost a deli style or an Americana style restaurant that does serve the meat and vegetable, that does serve the salad. And if it's a sandwich shop, just take off the bread, don't eat the bread, eat the inside of the sandwich. And so many folks right now, just because of everything going on in 2021, they will be more than happy to give you extra vegetables. And if they charge an extra $1.99, it's not gonna be the end of the world. So that's something that you would definitely wanna do. Now, supper. This is where you need to do a little bit of research. You need to ask your party, hey, are we going out and about on town? Are we having a grandiose supper meal at a restaurant? Research, research, research. And if you just don't know, and no one can make a decision, what happens all the time. For example, ask me where I want to go eat out. I'm not going to know until the last minute. You can probably ask me where I don't want to go and get a better answer. But with that said, folks will usually, if it's pizza, you can eat the topping. If it's Mexican, you can get the fajitas without the wraps. If it's Chinese, you can get anything with lobster garlic sauce. Don't get the rice. So be your best judge. Do a little research. In Broken Bow, we're gonna hit Grateful Head Pizza, I believe. So we're gonna have a lot of fun there. And then this may be also where you pick what we call a meal of yes. You're gonna have a couple bites of a few things, and then you're gonna be done, and you're gonna get right back on your plan the next day. be a topic that could be a little off-putting for folks, but we've done so many videos on this channel where I've talked about the importance of water. I do suggest bringing water bottles with you because right now, 2021, some places may have their water fountains shut down just because of you know why. So you may have to invest in some water bottles at your local supermarket, pack it in your car, bring those with you so that you will be able to stay hydrated. Remember, when we're out and about exploring, a lot of us don't like to use public bathrooms because, well, let's be honest, they're pretty yucky. So this is very important for you to drink your 16 to 24 ounces of water about 10 minutes before your meals. Order water with your meals, drink your water after it. That way the food will absorb it, so maybe you won't have to potty as much if y'all are out and about doing a hike, doing some touring.
Oh yeah.
Now here's where things get a little shaky. We're back at the condo, we're back at the cabin, everybody's kicking back their sodas, and man, that soda looks really good. So you have to judge your crowd and figure out, what do I need to bring? Do I need to bring something like this, which is our Zevias? I know my family, they're gonna drink soda, so I need to have something for myself. This is a great find. This is a soda that's made with stevia. We love it. This is the strawberry flavor, super yums. And then let's touch base on alcohol, shall we? Now again, I'm not telling folks to go and, tap a keg and do a handstand or anything like that. That's totally unclassy if you ask me, but judge your crowd. Is your crowd gonna bring daiquiris? Is your crowd gonna have some drinks? If so, you wanna bring your own. Now, I have a Pinot Grigio here. Y'all do know my love of Fit Vine wines, but if you're at a store in a location where you cannot purchase that wine, you can get a Pinot Grigio. 5 ounces of this is about 3 grams of carbs that you could add into your macros. So be super strategic with your liquids and include that in alcohol. Now, one thing to note, friends, typically your condos, your cabins will not have creamers, so it is important for you to bring a little container of your heavy whipping cream or whatever you use to sweeten your coffee. Now next is the actual drive itself. Something we forget about because while we're driving, we're talking, we're having fun, everybody's telling jokes, this person in the back is sleeping, we may be riding on somebody's face. Don't do that. That's not very nice. And out of the blue, somebody's gonna open up a bag of M&Ms. Why did you have to do that?
I don't know.
So we do need to be prepared for snacks in the car. Now, my biggest suggestion is you want a snack that is gonna last. So what do I mean by that? You want something crunchy because we can easily down, a chocolate bar in 2 seconds, but with something crunchy, if we swallow it too fast, it's gonna get stuck in our throat. My favorite crunchy item to travel around in the car with is these Rhythm Organic cauliflower bites. It kind of reminds me of that chip. The ingredients in here: cauliflower, hyaluronic sunflower oil. Remember, that is a oil that has its antioxidant properties, so it's safe for us to use. This is the Buffalo Ranch flavor. I like a little bit flavor. This is great to have in the car. Now, the other caution I want to do with you all is you don't want to have too many snacks in the car. There is something called decision paralysis where we'll see all of it, we don't want it, and then when we stop at the gas station to fill up and pee, we're gonna go and grab something off the shelf. So really try to pick only 1 or 2 items. Do not overstuff your road trip bags, the part of the trip where you're driving, because you will get decision paralysis. 1 thing, at tops 2. Now, the final thing we need to do, and this is the biggest mistake that I see folks make all the time when they're taking a road trip and we're trying to do keto and lose weight, is that we don't match. So what do I mean by matching? Well, we have a great time during the day. We do great with all of our meals. We have our snack with us. We're good to go. And then we get home, everybody's showering, everybody's getting cleaned up, and then we kind of recongregate, in the kitchen, and we start playing cards, we start playing board games, which I want you to do. I mean, that is the best part of a road trip. That's how we make memories, is usually that nighttime when we're in our jammies and all that fun stuff. But what happens is that one of our family members brings in Doritos and one of our family members brings in chocolate chip cookies. But what we need to do is match. And this is where we have to be super honest with ourselves and super honest with the folks that we travel with. And this is where sometimes, I'm the biggest kind of, I really promote like a cleaner keto, which is not, us drinking the ranch dressings, where we kind of, have to find some products that I wouldn't eat every day, but I would eat on a trip. So for example, if my best friend brings in Chips Ahoy cookies, I love Chips Ahoy cookies. There's just no doubt about it. I'm gonna need to match her with a cookie. If my best friend brings in Doritos, I'm gonna need to match her with a chip. And so for me, for cookies, and your crew may be both, your crew may just be one. For cookies, I found these. These are the Catalina Crunch keto sandwich cookies. 2 cookies, 6 grams of fat. I'm doing the net carb, 8 minus 3, 5. Okay, so again, this is not something I eat on a daily basis, but for a road trip, I'm gonna bring it. The other thing is, I may be okay. I may not feel like having a cookie that day. And so it's packaged, it's closed, it's not gonna go bad. If it's more of a chips and dip, super popular. I have a Quest chip for me. I have a couple bags of these. I also have, again, the cauliflower bites that I just showed you. I also have the Parm Crisp snacks right here so that it matches. So while they're eating chips, I'm eating this. And the other thing it does, it prevents those weird questions. If I had a celery stick, that would be weird. My friends, they would be like, what are you doing, girl? Why you ain't eating a Dorito with us? But with the Quest, it's gonna match, it's gonna look like it, and it's gonna fit in with it. So that's important as well. Well, there you have it, gang. Those are my tips to surviving a road trip on keto. If you have some suggestions, we are an awesome community. Put them below. And because you watched this video, I know you're gonna wanna watch this video right here, which lists my favorite keto salad dressings. Go ahead and click on it right now. As always, friends, much love. Mwah.